Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're talking about a critical piece of industrial safety equipment. It's the guardian that stands between us, on the surface, and the immense raw power churning deep within the earth. We're talking about the FlowHead.
I mean, think about that for a second. Deep underground, the pressure in an oil or gas well is just colossal, and it's totally unpredictable. So managing that force isn't just some engineering challenge, it's a matter of absolute life or death safety and precision. So how on earth do you do it? Well, the answer is this incredible piece of engineering right here, the FlowHead. The best way to think of it is as the ultimate gatekeeper. Now, this isn't just a simple valve. It's a highly engineered assembly that acts as the primary well barrier. Its entire job is to safely contain, control, and direct all that pressure coming up from the well. And, because it is that primary barrier, it's built to some of the most rigorous, most uncompromising standards you'll find anywhere in the industry. Reliability isn't just a feature, it's the whole point.
So what makes it so tough? Well, it all comes down to these credentials. That API 6A standard, that's not a suggestion. It's the gold standard for this kind of equipment. And that PSL 3G rating tells you it's built for the absolute toughest conditions, even corrosive gases. It's made up of a few key parts. You've got the flow line, which is where the product comes out, the kill line, which lets you pump fluids in to control the well, and the swivel, which allows the whole thing to rotate.
And this number, this really puts into perspective the kind of forces we're talking about. A standard working pressure of 10,000 pounds per square inch. To give you an idea, that's more than 300 times the pressure in your car's tire. This thing is designed to handle that immense force, day in and day out, without ever failing.
But here's the thing, a flowhead's journey to being that reliable doesn't start when it gets to the well. Nope, it starts way before that, back in the workshop. This prep phase is just as critical as its design.
And in this phase, there is absolutely zero room for error. Every single detail is checked and double-checked. The swivel gets lubricated with a specific hydraulic oil, never grease, which could clog it up. All the connections are tightened beforehand to make sure they fit perfectly, which saves precious, high-risk time out on the rig. Even getting it there is planned meticulously, supporting that swivel to protect its vital internal seals from any damage.
So once it's on site, the installation, or the rig-up, is a really high-stakes procedure. It's lifted with specific slings to avoid any stress, always supporting the swivel's weight. A check valve, which is basically a one-way safety gate, is mandatory on that kill line. And then there's this simple but kind of genius technique. They paint a white line across every single tightened connection. Why? Because if that line ever breaks, you know instantly that something has started to come loose.
Okay, so the FlowHead is installed. You might think it's good to go, right? Not even close. Now it has to face a whole gauntlet of pressure tests and strict operational rules before it's ever trusted to actually control that well. This right here is the mantra of the entire testing phase. It isn't just about one simple pass-fail test. It's a comprehensive check where every single component, every valve, and every seal is put through its paces under intense pressure. Absolutely nothing is left to chance. So the testing happens in two crucial stages. Back at the workshop, a body test makes sure the flowhead itself can handle its rated pressure. But once it's at the well site, the test is even bigger. The entire system gets pressurized to 1.2 times the maximum pressure they expect from the well. This confirms that the installation is perfect and every single connection is totally secure before that well is ever opened. And during operation, the rules are just as strict. Crews have to know the exact pressure limits, and they have to connect the hydraulic valves to the emergency shutdown system. But look at that do not column. That's where the biggest risks are. You never, ever rotate the swivel while it's under pressure. I mean, never. Doing that can instantly shred the seals inside, and that could lead to a catastrophic failure. It is the cardinal rule. Now, this is not a fit-it-and-forget-it piece of equipment. The FlowHead has a long but very finite service life, and it's all defined by decades of vigilance and incredibly rigorous maintenance. This timeline really lays it all out for you. Every 5 years, that FlowHead goes through a major recertification. And we're not talking about a quick checkup. This is a complete teardown. It gets inspected for microscopic flaws, it's pressure tested, and then it's totally rebuilt. And then, at that 20-year mark, its service life is over. That's it. No extensions, no exceptions. It's retired and taken out of service for good. Maintaining this barrier is about so much more than just mechanics. It's about having a solid process. Traceability is everything. Every single critical part has a certified paper trail. After a job is done, it's flushed out with a special corrosion inhibitor to protect it. And the human factor is always, always present.
There are strict safety rules that forbid dangerous practices like man riding, which is lifting a person with a winch instead of using proper scaffolding to get up to the equipment. So look, if you take away anything from this explainer, let it be these 3 unbreakable rules. 1. A check valve on the kill line is non-negotiable. 2. Using a winch for human access, man riding, is absolutely forbidden. And 3. Above all else, the single most important rule is this one. This single phrase is repeated in every manual, in every training session, in every safety meeting. It's a stark, constant reminder that this piece of equipment, this guardian of the well, demands absolute respect. It is the final line of defense, and its integrity depends on this amazing combination of incredible engineering and just unwavering human diligence.